Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So how are you all doing? So today we are going to be drafting out a bubu gown. So this bubu gown is going to be having a V neckline. It's up on the thumbnail, you can see it exactly that way. So that is what we are going to be drafting out, and I'm going to be using this beautiful XO fabric to make this gown. So the fabric I'm having here is around 3 yards. So for you to get the perfect length, like without joining, you'll be needing at least 4 yards. Now for these 3 yards, so I folded it in a way that, okay, this is the length of the 3 yards, so I folded it into two instead of using the, Ankara is by 45, so I'm not using that length by 45. I'm actually using the long length by 45, so I just folded it into two. So I'm going to, so what I have here after folding into two is around 54 inches. So let's say this is my Ankara. Let's say this is the Ankara length by for the 3 yards. You fold it this way. So you know this way is supposed to be 45, but no, you'll be folding it this way so that you can get a longer length, and by the time you'll be joining to the down part, it's going to be down, so it's not going to be very obvious that you joined it. So like for the clients I'm working with a client of around 60 inches length. So and now I have like 54, so I'm going to be adding at least 6 inches to this, so I'm going to be getting from the side. Then I folded this into 4, so this is folded into 4, and this is the closed part, this is the open part. So I'm going to be cutting out the front and the back together. I hope you understand the way I folded it. So that is it on that. Then when you're folding, make sure that your folding this way is enough for your hip measurement. Is enough for your hip measurement. Now the hip measurement I'm working with is 42. So 42 divided by 4 is around 10.5, and I have 10 point. In fact, I have more than. So I have my 10.5 and enough allowance for the bubu. So now let's get started with this tutorial. So now to get started with the tutorial, firstly I'm going to be working on the neckline. So the neckline I'm working with is 3 inches. So I'm taking my 3 inches here. So I'm going to be cutting both the neckline for the back and for the front together. Then after that I will remove the back and cut out for the front. So this is 3 by 1.5. So I'm doing 3 by 1.5 here. So you connect it this way. Now after taking your neck measurements, the next thing you are going to be taking is your bust points. So the bust points of the person I'm working with is 11 inches. I'm just going to be converting this 11 inches into a straight line. So this is my bust point. Now from this 11 inches, now from your shoulder line here, I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch. Now to come down by 1 inch, the shoulder measurement I'm using is around 8 inches. For the person is 16, so 16 divided by 2 is 8. Now for the sleeve length, I'm using this complete length. It's okay for me, so I'm not reducing anything from this. So this is fine. This is around 15 inches. So I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch here, which is going to be for your shoulder slope. So I'm going to be connecting this 1 inch straight into the neckline, as you can see me doing. So I'm going to be cutting this one out just to make sure the cloth is sitting properly on the shoulder. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the hip measurement. Now the hip measurement is the biggest part of the body, and so that's what I'm going to be taking, so there will be enough allowance for both the waist and the bust and everything. So the hip measurement divided by 4 is 10.5. So I'm going to be adding 4 inches for the allowance. So 10.5. So 4 inches, that's around 14.5. So this is it. So this is what I'm going to be cutting out. So I'm going to be taking this all down, but you're going to be making a little curve here for the armhole. So I'm just going to be making a little curve here. So from here I'm just going to be cutting it all down. So 14.5 here. So I'm going to be cutting all of this out. So this is it after cutting it out. So this is the neckline, and so this is for both the back and the front. Now remember I told you that the length we are using is not enough, so I have enough fabric here to join it here. So as you can see, it's not so different, so I can just join it this way and increase my the length of the gown. So this is for the joining. So you just pick one of these. So it's also still going to be having a pocket, so you just pick one of these, join it this way and sew it down. So let's work on the pockets. Let me fold it back. I just wanted to show you guys. So I'm working so I like to make notch for my pockets before I remove it. So for the pocket, I'm working with around 19 inches here. So I'll be inserting the pocket from this 19 inches, and the pocket opening is going to be around 8 inches. So I'm just going to make a notch here, so that by the time I'm joining the pocket, you will see. So this is this. So now let's work on the front neckline. Remember, the front neckline is a V-neck, so I'm just going to be working with this part here. So I'm going to be taking off one of this. So I'm left with this now. So now for the V neckline now. To get the V neckline, the neckline I'm working with, the length of the neck that I want to work with is around 8 inches. So as you can see, I'm taking off my 1.5 inches from the back that I've taken off. So this is around 8. So now on this part, you'll be going in by 1 inch. So you'll be going in by 1 inch. Then on this shoulder line, so the black part, I want it to be around 2 inches. So I'm going to be taking in like 2 inches this way. So this is 2 inches. So from here now, I'll be connecting it straight down to my opening. So this is what you'll be cutting out to get your V neckline. So this is it. So this is how it's looking. So when you are done cutting, it's going to be looking this way. So as you can see now, so the black crepe I'm going to be using now, I'll bring it out now and show you guys. Now for the front part, so we're going to be using this beautiful crepe fabric for the neck parts. So you can use any black fabric you have, but advisably you can use this crepe. It's usually come out like good and expensive instead of coming out cheap, so you can use crepe. So now this is it. So the length I'm having here is around 15 inches, which is actually far more than what I needed, but I just did that intentionally. So the first thing you do is you will measure what you have here. So what I have here is around 9 inches and this is 15, so it is enough. So this is the front part. So this is the front part of the fabric. So I'm going to be placing this one this way, like half. I'm going to be, you remember that we took out 2 inches, so this is like 2.5. So unfold, so when I open it's around 5 inches, but unfold, I ironed it this way so that it'll be easy to work with. So you fix it this way, so you can actually go up a little so that it's curved. So that, look at the way I placed it this way, it's making this place shorter, so you can go up a little bit more since you have enough fabric. So I'm going to be pinning it down this way. and I'm going to be sewing on 1/2 inch. Remember, it was 1/2 inch we added. So I'm going to be pinning the 2 down. So now the next thing I'm going to be doing is, from this part here, you can see where I'm placing my tape rule. From this middle part, I'm just going to mark like 1/2 inch. So I'm just marking 1/2 inch, then I'll convert it. Now I'm making a straight line. So now this 1/2 inch is just to guide me when I'm sewing that I have to stop on this line. So on this 1/2 inch, I'm going to stop there. Then when I'm done sewing it, I'll come back and show you how we are going to continue with the neckline. So guys, this is it after taking it to the sewing machine. So I went ahead to whip the black part so that by the time I finish, it's going to be looking neat. So this is it. So when you turn it this way, so this is how the front part is going to be looking. So this is it. So this is where we went to sew it. Now remember that I put a chalk here so that I could know where to stop sewing. So now the next thing you do is that you will notch towards that part, like you will notch it this way in a slanted way like this, so that you can easily turn it over. So you do it on the both side, so that when you are flipping this way, it's going to sit properly. So now this is the first one. So you do it this way, you turn it this way inside, and this is the second one. You also take it this way inside. So as you can see, it's this way. So now you notice that there's a little bulge here. It means that I did not properly notch it. So I'll open it back, I'll turn it back this way so that I can notch it properly. So when you notch it properly, it will sit well. So I'm just going to make a little more notch. Okay. So you take this one this way back, you take this one this way back. So as you can see, the neckline is already sitting very pretty. So this is it. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is that this is the front part now. So the next thing I will do is that I'm going to flip it to the back this way. Okay, this way. This is the reason why I whipped inside, because there's not going to be chance for me to make it neater than this. So this is it this way. So now you take it to your sewing machine this way, you pick this both side, then you stitch very close to where you stop your stitches. So you this way, you sew it straight up this way. So when you are done, it will allow this place to relax well and sit properly. So that is it. I hope we understand. So now I'll just take it to the sewing machine and do that and show you guys. So when you are doing that, it is advisable for you to use your pin to hold it. So like me now, I'm going to use my pin to hold it now. As you can see, I'm using my pin to secure it properly. So that by the time I turn it, it will not be moving up and down. So now my pin has helped me to secure this place well. So now we are going to the sewing machine and sew on this 1/2 inches. So when we're done, I'll come back and show you how it's looking. This is it now. I'm done joining it. So this is it. So this is the stitch. This is the part. So now you can just reduce this one. So you can give it a really good press. This part, it needs a really good press. So I'm going to be ironing it better later. So this is it. So this is it. We are done with the V-neck line. So I'm just going to cut off this part. So now the next thing to do is to attach the back. This is the back. Now before then, I'm going to be cutting out a neck facing for the back, but now we're done with the front. So I'll just take part of this. So you just use your back neckline to trace out the facing. You align it properly. So this is just okay for the back. So I'm going to be using this to turn the back neckline to make it neater. So that I'm using my bias, so this is fine. So now the next thing I will do before I come back is I'll measure what I have here. The length I have here, this is around 28.5. So these are the pieces we cut out from the side of the fabric. So I'll measure 28 inches and join it to this to get my enough allowance. So when I'm done, then I'm going to place in the front, on the back, and stitching it. Then I'll come back and show you how far I've gone. Guys, I've gone ahead to join the shoulder side. So this is it. So this is the facing for the back. So this is the back. I pinned it down. So this is for the back. So this is the neckline. This is the. So for the part where I said I was going to be joining. So this is it. So this is the joint part. So that it's not even very obvious because the fabric does not have like an exact pattern that when you cut and join it to be obvious. So this is it. This is joint part. So the owner self should wear it and not know that something like that was done. So now this is for the sleeve part. Remember that the bubu has extra black around the side. So this is it. So I've gone ahead to cut out around 25 inches. And this one is around 20 inches, so this is fine. I'm going to be sewing this in with half inches sewing allowance. So this is that. This is this. So now for the pockets. So for the pockets, I'm gonna have to cut out 4 pieces for the pockets. So remember we left around 8 inches opening. So this space is around 9 inches. This is the pocket space. So now this is the front part of your fabric. So you'll be joining each pocket side to the front side. Now front side facing each other. So this fabric, you have to check it very well because both the front and the back side, they are looking the same. So you pin it down this way. So that's how you pin down for the front. Then for the back also, front side facing each other. So that is why I put a notch so that it's going to be easier for me to pin down. I don't have to be measuring. So here too, front facing each other. So you join it this way also. So I'll do it for the other side also. Then I run a straight stitch. So I'm going to be joining the black part. So I will join the black part. So when I'm done, then I run a straight stitch on the back. Then I'm going to be putting slits so that it's easy for that person to work with. Most bubu don't have slits, but it's advisable to just put slits because this is not like a maxi one. This is just like 4 inches sewing allowance, so it's going to still be a bit firm on the body. So I'm going to be placing slits for the person so that she can work conveniently on it. So this is all concerning making this bubu. Thank you so much for watching this video. If it was helpful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and share, and I'll see you in my next video. So when I'm done, I'm just going to show you the finished look of this dress. So thank you so much guys. Bye.